welcome back to another video. This really popped when I saw it. That to me is a monster increase. Again, this book got hot. This book is ready to go higher.
So let's jump right into it.
We are back today with another statue review from Diamond Select Toys. Without further ado, let's get into the review. What is good, YouTube? This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles, and thank you as always for joining me for another eBay sales video on the channel. Today I have some awesome books we're going to go through, but before we do it, do me a favor. I want you guys to go ahead and click that sub button for me. Hit that like button. Let's get this video up to about 300 likes, and of course check out all the new merch I have down below. For sale, some awesome t-shirts, sweatshirts, long sleeves, whatever you guys want, I got. Check it out down below. I want to give a big thank you guys to everyone out there who made me reach 5,000 subscribers, and I want you to know that once we get to 6,000 subs, I'm going to be giving something awesome away. We just have to figure out what it is. So with that said, let's get into these eBay books. Let's start off the week talking about a subscriber request. Here we have Batman number 121 and the first appearance of Mr. Freeze, also known as Mr. Zero, in this issue. Now this copy sold at auction on June 9th for $2,866 on just 2 bids. That tells me with only 2 bids, this book was probably listed to start at a very high price. As we get into the GPA data, guys, you can see I'm actually calling this book about a 3.5. Could be slightly lower, could be also slightly higher, but I'm settling on a 3.5 for this issue. The last sale for a graded 3.5 copy was $2,200 in May of this year. The 90-day average was $2,285 on just 2 sales. The 12-month rolling average, $2,156. In 2022, the average was $2,023, and way back in 2021, $1,809. So in my opinion, like I said, a 3.5, someone grossly overpaid if that actually is the grade that this book comes back as. Regardless, guys, if you want to own this book, I think it's a great time to buy it. I love Silver Age Batman, and this one is a true first appearance. Up next, let's talk about some pre-code horror goodness, and here we have one of the best pre-code horror covers of all time. It is Crime Suspense Stories number 22 in a CGC 8.0 and a white pager to boot. Now this cover features a gentleman holding an axe in one hand and a severed woman's head in the other. If you are a married man out there, you probably know what this guy was going through. I'm just kidding, guys, but this book actually sold for a whopping $14,100 on 23 bids on June 11th. And as we get into the GPA data, you can see there hasn't been a sale of this book in over 3 years. The only sale that is recorded is this one in June of 2023. So I had to do some digging and actually went back and saw the last 8.0 that sold was in April of 2020 for a whopping $8,658. We're talking about 2.5 to 3 years ago, this book selling for around $8,500. Now all of a sudden it's a $14,000 sale. Wow, this is actually a monster sale that just occurred. I'm not sure if it's the white pages that actually drove this book higher. Do me a favor, drop me the comments down below. Let me know what you think of this sale. Did they overpay or was it worth it? I had a request from somebody out there in the community to do a Marvel Spotlight number 5 in a CGC 9.8. However, no 9.8 has sold over the last couple of weeks, so I decided to take a Marvel Spotlight 5 in a CGC 9.0 and a white pager. This copy sold on June 13th. Original ask was $9,949, then was reduced to $7,462. But guess what, guys? I couldn't find this sale on the eBay sold list, so I have no idea what it actually sold for. As we get into the GPA data, you can see the last sale that's recorded by GPA is $5,400 back in April. The 90-day average is also $5,400 because only one sale at a 9.0 occurred in the past 3 months. The 12-month rolling average for this book, $7,313 on 9 sales. The 2022 average, $9,000 on 9 sales. And in 2021, $6,662. Now, I said it before, this is one of my favorite Marvel Bronze Age keys, but this book at a 9.0 has gotten fucking demolished. I will say that. I love this book. I don't think there's a need to own it in a 9.0. I think buy the grade that you want to own. Anything over, I would say, a 4.0 or higher is probably good, but this is a long-term hold. Eventually, we know Ghost Rider is going to show up in the MCU. I'm not saying that's going to push the book, but to find this book in really high grade is tough, so I'm surprised it's gotten beaten so far as it has. You have to love some Golden Age Captain America comics. And here we have a Captain America Comics number 25 that sold on June 13th in a CGC 6.5 for $4,850 on 57 bids. Now these books are really rare and they don't come up for sale that often. And as we get into the GPA data, you're going to see why. The last sale for a 6.5 Blue Label was way back in June of 2022 for $5,814, and it was also the last sale prior to this one for the past 3 years. Again, almost a year to the day that this book sold. If you're a Captain America fan and you want to own a Golden Age key, I'm going to say we all want to own Captain America 1, but let's be real, guys. That book is 6 figures all day long. It's nice to have some history in our pocket sometimes, and that's exactly what this book is. Another Ghost Rider book on this list. Here we have a copy of Ghost Rider number 1 in a CGC 7.0, the first appearance of the Son of Satan, Damian Hellstrom, and of course, the first appearance of Ghost Rider in his own solo title. Now, this copy sold on June 13th for $615.99. This book also has white pages. That seems to be the feature of the day, white pages. And as we get into the GPA analysis, guys, you can see the last sale they have recorded is for only $480 this month. So this one is about $150 over that last sale. The 90-day average for this book was also $480 on just 12 sales. The 12-month rolling average, $565 on 35 sales. In 2022, the average was $692, and way back in 2021, $548. So this book actually is not doing too bad. I said it before, if I want to own a Ghost Rider book, it's going to be Marvel Spotlight number 5. You can get a nice full row for just under, I think, $1,000 or around there at some point. So if you want to own this book, and I'm a big fan of that Marvel Spotlight 5, now may be the time. But do yourself a favor. Go in and look at these GPA prices. Go on Comic Link, get on Instagram, and find out what these books are selling for. Don't pay over what they're worth right now. And the last book this week is actually a massive one, no pun intended. Here we have a copy of X-Men number 12 and the first appearance of the Juggernaut in a CGC 4.5. Now this copy was sold at auction on 12 bids for $582 on June 13th. Now as we get into the GPA data, you can see the last sale of a 4.5 at this time was way back in May for $649. The 90-day average for this book, $626. The 12-month rolling average was $685, but way back in 2022, the average was $834 on 31 sales. Look at 2021, the average was $1,091 on 19 sales. So I don't know what the issue was way back in 2021. People were really paying up for this book. It's come down almost 50% from that 2021 high. Either way, this person still paid under last sale, which I think is phenomenal, $582. And who knows, maybe he's going to show up in Deadpool again. Maybe he's going to show up in a future X-Men movie. You never know what's going to happen. Again, I always want to own Silver Age X-Men keys, and I'm talking keys here. I'm not talking about just run filler stuff. This one you may want to buy, but I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a long haul on this book. It's gotten beaten down over the past year. That's it for another eBay sales video. Hope you enjoyed this one. Again, I try to pick books that I think are worth going through when they sell on eBay. So if you have requests, drop me comments down below. And of course, drop me comments about the 6,000 subscriber giveaway. What are we going to do this time? I gave away that Iron Man number 1. What are we going to give away now? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Like always, this is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles saying thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.